Hello knife people, welcome to Monday's Modern Madness open tag by 865 Knives, my buddy Aaron. If you're not watching his channel, you need to. He's a very witty guy. He's got a lot of great knives and his videos are a lot of fun. I guarantee you'll get a big laugh. This is going to be a modern knife. It's not a traditional knife. This is a Benchmade mini Presidio automatic. We're going to be looking at it up close in just a few minutes, and then I'm going to give you a backstory about it. I know y'all hear that every time, but all my knives have a story to tell, and this is a special one here. I've been waiting on to get more subscribers before I could tell it, and y'all stick around. I think y'all gonna like it. Okay, let's move this out of the way so it'll focus on this knife. This here is a modern knife. It's a Benchmade mini Presidio 2 auto, model 5500. I have no idea what year this knife is. It was gifted to me in 2018 by a man that had it. He had it and toted it several years before that, so I don't know what year it was made. I do know they don't make them like this anymore. The handle's different, the safety's different, the blade steel's different on the ones now. So let's look at this knife up close, and then we'll tell you the backstory on it. It's got a very good backstory. Okay, this right here is aluminum. It's got ridges cut in it, bi-directional ridges. It's the same design and handle that's on the Benchmade Osborne, the 940 Osbornes. Okay, it's got a regular Benchmade clip. It's got a safety here that keeps the blade from working, just like a gun safety. Down is safety, up is ready to fire. This is an axis lock. You pull back and the blade will spring out. Like that. To close the knife, you pull it back, but the spring's got it. It's not going to drop shut like these knives today. You're going to have to do it like this, or on your leg, or on an object. But the spring's got it. You have to pull it back like that. Okay. All right. This is, let's look at it up close here. This is a Benchmade 5500. I think the knives now are called 5700, and you can get them in carbon fiber handles and S30B or BR549 steels, those kind of steels. This has 154 cm steel. it was one of the first steels that were considered so-called super steels. I still consider it that. I really like it. It really holds an edge. It's kind of taxing to sharpen, but it holds an edge very well. Has big stock here and swedges down to the drop point. Very sharp. I need to do a sharpening video. I use cross sticks, diamonds, just about 3 or 4 times like that with the angle of the cross sticks, and 5 or 6 times on a ceramic stick with the same angle. And I keep doing that till I get the edge I want. Let's go back down to regular. Okay, let's see about the size. We all know about trappers. Most of us got a trapper, so I'll put one up here, full-size trapper. This is my 81 trapper. This is the first knife I ever bought with my own money. I got this when I was around 16 years old. It's about the same handle size. Blade's about the same. I was around 16 or 17 when I bought this knife. I think I got it 81. It's an 81 model. I got it new. And I was born in 64. So I was around 17 when I bought this knife. Okay. All right. I really like this auto one-handed opening, and I usually close it on my leg like this right here. It's a nice knife. It's got a lot of stories to tell. I've toted this knife since 2018. Every day at work. We'll go into that in the back story in just a second. But it's been through thousands of miles. I usually drive around 800 miles a week. So it's been thousands of miles. Been through truck breakdowns. Used it one time to get out of a magnolia tree that was tangled up in my mirror. And it's still, a magnolia is a hard wood, and it's, when I got done getting that limb off my mirror, it's still razor sharp. Been through an interstate wreck with it, and by the grace of God, I wasn't hurt. Knife wasn't hurt. Other guy wasn't hurt. Okay. Let's talk about the backstory on this. Okay, this knife was gifted to me in September of 2018. And the man that gave it to me, he had it for several years before that and told it. But anyway, he was my best friend at work. But we wasn't always best friends. And that's where the specialness of this story comes in. We knew each other in high school. He played ball at one high school, and I played ball at another. We knew each other from that. And then we went to work at the same place. He was a couple of years older than me, so he got there before I did. But we was both drivers, and we were friends. We wasn't best friends, but we were friends. And then he went into management. I stayed driver. So that made him my boss. And by that time, I was in my late 20s and he was in his early 30s. It was his first time being a boss, having people under him, and it was my first time working for somebody that I knew prior, that I was friends to prior. And like the Georgia Adventurer says in his inspiration talk one time, you need to leave your feelings, check your feelings at the door when you go to work. Well, we didn't do that, and it wasn't long before things was said, feelings was hurt, and we didn't get along for several years there. We'd work together and everything, boss-employee relationship, but we wasn't very much friends during that time. Then one day, I had to go on a route I didn't know, so he had to go with me. And we pulled over, and I told him what I thought about it, and he told me what he thought about it. And what I was thinking about him wasn't so. It was a lot of stuff, I thought really wasn't the way it was. And same with him. And I'm gonna tell you, the reason we didn't get along all those years was about 5% him and about 95% me. And that's right. And I apologized to him, and we understood each other after we were talk, and we made friends. And that was several years ago. We worked a long time after that, and we got closer and closer every year. We'd go hunting together. We talked knives together. We swapped knives. I bought knives from him. We traded knives. And in February of 2018, he retired. And during that summer, we'd meet up once a month or so and go eat lunch together. And in September of that year, we was eating lunch together, and he says, I got a knife I want to give you, but it comes with conditions. And I says, okay. And he says, I want you to tote it. I don't want you to put it up. I want you to tote it. And when you use it and carry it, I want you to remember us making friends again and getting close. I said, okay. So he pulls this out and gives it to me. And when I seen it, I told him, I said, I can't take that. That's a very expensive knife. I got to give you something or trade you something for that. I can't just take it. He said, yeah. He said, I want you to have it, and I want you to remember that we made friends and worked it out. I said, okay. So I took it, and this was in September. And in November of that year, I got the phone call late one night that my friend had passed away. He had a heart attack. And it really hurt me because I miss my friend a lot. I miss him every day at work. I carry this knife every day with me on the job, and I use it. And I remember him and us making it good with one another. And that's what I wanted to share with y'all guys, that if you're not getting along with somebody, you need to do a little self-examination. It might just be you. And make it right with them, because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Make it right with them and get by any hard feelings you had, because it probably ain't the way you think it was. There's a lot of other factors involved there that was out of both of ours control. And we had to grow up a little bit to understand that, but I'm so glad we finally got together and straightened that out. I hope I ain't went too long here. I see it's done 12 minutes, so I'm gonna go. Now this is a great knife, special knife to me, and it'll be with me till they put me in the ground. And after that, whatever happens to it is up to the Lord. Thank y'all for looking at my knife today. If y'all like the video, please give me a like. It helps on the algorithm to bring the video up for other people to see. If you're not subscribed to me, please subscribe, and that way I'll be easier for you to find if you want to see more of my videos. And please leave a comment. I want to know what y'all think about my knives and how I'm showing them and that kind of stuff.